Okay. Well, we might not get YouTube today.
Well, the internet sucks.
Error occurred. Huh. Please try again later. Well, YouTube says an error occurred, so maybe no YouTube stream today. Boom. Oh. What is that noise? Oh, it looks like it's working now. Weird. Anyway, hi, everybody.
Hi, Robert.
Hey.
Hello.
Lance, very excited to see the announcement about your race that you get to do it this year. That's pretty awesome.
I've already got a registration entry mailed to us today.
Wow.
Way
Good
early.
Is it a local team or a out of area team?
It's out of area. They've never been before. It's Carol Craig from Fembot. I'm not sure where they're from.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she's delightful. She is just she's one of those sparkly, marvelous humans. Good. They have to give her a trophy of some sort when it's time.
We give all kinds of trophies out.
Yeah. People love your race.
Yeah, Spirit Awards. You got, Mad Mudder if you do something spectacular in the mud. We got, first to break down, all kinds of good stuff.
Neat.
I got first to break down 2 years ago.
Where did you break down?
Basically at the hill. I wasn't geared well enough for the hill. So I had to get towed up the hill. And then we got into the sand and I actually broke one of my gears.
Wow.
Well, I had the the bicycle sprocket thing.
Yeah.
I had one going one direction, one going the other direction. I'll get my hands over here. And so the theory was I can rotate, move the gear from around side back and forth, and it'll have different tension because basically it's got two cones opposite directions. But guess what? The smallest sprocket on the cone unscrews if you go one way.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So basically unscrewed where the cones fell apart.
Yeah.
That's actually a good thing to learn.
Yeah.
Because you can restack the gears on those bodies.
Yeah. I could have welded it, I suppose, to get it working again, but I didn't bother to do that.
No, you can't weld them.
Yeah.
The gears are hardened steel.
Yeah.
You can weld the coaster brake gears. Those are soft enough. I've welded those solid. But yeah, a shifter gear, I don't know if I would try to weld that.
So the whole thing about trophies and awards.
Yeah.
It's always been kind of my pet peeve and one of my little ideas that each race should include that in their art judging. And
wow.
that each machine should make a trophy so that everyone gets a trophy. They may
Yeah.
not all be great, but at least everybody in every race would get a trophy.
Yeah.
And there are some really good artists out there that could make some really incredible stuff. That
Yeah. I know that at the kinetic rate, the grand championship, there's already like such a press for time. It would be hard to include those things during the awards ceremony, but there could be something that happened, extracurricularly.
maybe awards at one of the stops, Crab
Yeah.
Park, or spread the awards out over a race.
Yeah.
Different races are different lengths, so. But it gives people a possibility to be creative and make something to give to another racer.
Yeah.
That's something that racers know what they want to receive for an award. So let's see what they can do.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny. We Peter Wagner often gets the engineering award from us, and it's usually Duplo Legos, some little cart thing, whatever. And we give it to him that 10 minutes later, his kids have it all taken apart.
It's useful.
Right.
Anyway, that was just my ideas as far as awards for different races that the racers should include as part of their art judging and awards to be given out.
Well, maybe I should chime in. Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. My name is Fred Dixon, and I have been doing volunteer work for a decade, on the 10 years. And I build a trophy every year. It takes me, 20 or so hours, but I very much enjoy it. And I have plenty of time between one year and the next to build it. The one I built 2 years ago is still standing on my standing on my whatever, waiting to go somewhere. It's all ready to go. But of course, we didn't have the race last year. We didn't have the race this year, so it's still there. But normally, I half the time I build them out of wood, and it's a sculpture of a race car, a sculpture, and it sits on a pedestal, which is a light, how do I put it, a light fixture support for a table that I get at the Goodwill, something like that. I go and buy a lamp post at the Goodwill, and I set the cart on top of it, the trophy, and I build it. One year I build it out of steel, and the next year I build it out of wood. And I go back and forth, back and forth. I've never done a hybrid, but I enjoy doing it, and it's my gift to whoever is going to receive it in the category it's designated for. So that's
which race are you associated with?
No race.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm associated with. I'm the Tech Check. I'm a head of Tech Check. I'm the guy who runs around in the bobby hat, police uniform when you check in through the Tech Check position.
But for which race?
You mean, see, I only know of one race. Okay.
Oh,
the race that happens in Humboldt.
Oh, okay.
Humboldt. I see what you're saying. Yeah, no. The race monkey is in up there. And that's one of the things I do. And then I do judging, and I do timing, and I do the 4 items: the judging, the timing, the trophy, and the Tech Check for the race.
Well, those are all good things.
Yeah, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Port Townsend particularly likes to give an award to each individual
Yep.
for each machine.
We usually have enough trophies to go around. Not everybody gets one, but it's not guaranteed.
Yeah. But if every machine entered a trophy and they were judged, there might be a little more competition for this trophy or that trophy, because we know there's a lot of artists out there that have lots of skills. Some of them start working the year before building trophies or just things they want to build. Others can do it at the last minute.
Yep.
Well, the trophy I build is for a particular category. The category is the one who never gave up. I've been doing a trophy for that category for a while, but I've done one for someone who came the farthest to the kinetic art of Humboldt.
Yeah, there's always,
and my internet connection is sparse.
Well, I'm glad you're here. Thanks, Fred.
And when we had the one year, we called it Far Out Trophy. It was basically a shape of the United States with a spot out in Kansas where somebody came from.
Well, that was just, just one of those things that I think should be included in some of the races, is and to be judged on the art part of it.
Right. So because you want the trophy to be a beautiful trophy. Yeah.
If you're a racer, you want something that would be substantial and is pretty, and
yeah.
So racers know what racers want.
I'm teaching a trophy building class locally over at the community center this April. So that's kind of fun.
Oh, I could give you some input on that one. Robert.
Trophy building class.
Well, I built like 7 or 8 trophies, yeah, I got it down now.
Yeah.
Sorry. Sorry I was late. I got involved in a problem at work and didn't realize it was after 5.
Well, we need to move the time a little bit anyway so that we can get people who can't get here at 5. And I was thinking of maybe switching up, even to 6 or 7, after dinner. Now that it's later, light later. So we might.
I had somebody that wanted to be here also, but Fridays are a bad time for him.
Yeah.
Is there another day maybe that might work for some people, or?
It's the 5 o'clock part that's hardest for everybody that I've talked to. The day is pretty flexible. So the day doesn't seem to matter. So we could totally pick a different day.
Okay.
But it's the 5 o'clock part that is challenging for the people I've been speaking with. So just, I know we've trained ourselves that we're doing it at 5 o'clock on Friday, but we'll have to see if that's what keeps happening. Sorry, everybody, in advance.
I only see 4. So who was that just chimed in?
Brad Silva, who is pretty new to the race, but has some energy and ideas. And I'm super happy you're here, Brad.
I'm happy to be here too. I'm looking forward to finally being able to actually attend the kinetic race at some year. Not this one, but maybe I'll go up to Humboldt though. I'm really seriously thinking of, not Humboldt, Klamath. Really thinking seriously about going up to theirs.
Yeah. So Brad has the desire to make, to teach himself video editing using, found footage, basically, footage that people want to hand in from races and such. And one of the things that I realized, and Brad and I talked about this a little bit last time, and then we exchanged some emails. And I realized that one of the pieces that makes the race and participating in the race valuable and interesting is people come up with ideas and then they do their idea. There's not like a governing body that has to give a stamp of approval that you get to do your idea. You maybe not. It's very inclusive and democratic and egalitarian. So I've been encouraging Brad to just reach out directly to racers and the organization and start to get some video.
Where is Brad located?
I am in Lake County in Hidden Valley.
Okay.
So I'm not too terribly far from Eureka, but not next door either.
Yeah.
Does California have a Lake County also? Oregon has one.
Yeah.
I think lots of states have Lake counties.
Probably.
Sorry, I should have said California, Lake County, and then Hidden Valley. There's at least 50 hidden valleys
Right.
across the United States as well. So that wasn't a terribly good description of where I live.
Lake County includes the Lake of Clear Lake, which is one of the oldest lakes in North America. It is the oldest. It's older than Tahoe. It's the oldest lake in North America. It's also not very deep. And it's a natural lake, and it's large. It's enormous. Huge surface area.
It's the biggest lake self-contained within California, is my understanding. Lake Tahoe is quite a bit bigger, but it's only, of course, half Nevada.
Yeah. Darn it, Nevada.
Darn it, yes.
And there have been 2 or 3 kinetic races in Lake County way back in the day. So Elliot Ness, who ran the Pear County Chopper, lives in Lake County.
And so for some of you that don't have a good geographic feel of it, we're, I don't know, 70 miles north of San Francisco and 30 miles east, thereabouts, as the crow flies.
And it's lovely. And there's really no way in and no way out.
That is a problem during fire season sometimes.
Yeah.
There's only a couple of major roads in this area. And it's there's only one road between us and Sonoma County, one road down to what county would that be? Oh, down there to the south.
Sonoma.
Sonoma would be more west. Would be more west of us.
Napa.
Alameda. No, not Alameda. At any rate, no. Alameda is Napa.
Oh, Solano. Solano.
Yeah, maybe down to Solano, due south. Napa's more southwest, and then Sonoma County's. You have to go through Napa to get to Sonoma, and there's only one road servicing that direction, and then one road going out to Highway 5, and one road going up to Ukiah, and those are the 3 major roads. I mean, the total population of Lake County is about a third of the population of the city of Santa Rosa.
Yeah. That's why everybody comes here to go shopping.
Yes.
Not anymore.
Well, no, we still do. I go down to Costco every week or 3.
When I was 10 years old, we always went to Santa Rosa shopping. I'm
Yep.
Same here. I grew up in
54.
Cloverdale.
I grew up in Eureka.
Ah. So yeah, I'm to go back to the video thing. I'm started kind of learning the basics of video editing relatively recently, and I've got a buddy of mine that's kind of who does this as part of his profession. He's a stage magician, and a large chunk of what he does is put together videos, and he's kind of tutoring me. But I always learn better when I've got a real project to work on. And the other real projects I'm working on are further out. And so during the last meeting, when somebody said that the kinetic race didn't have a good promotional video, my ears perked up, and I'm kind of going, well, if I can get some raw footage, then I'd love to take a stab at putting together a promotional video or three. And I've got some scripts kind of penciled out that are kind of goofy and fun, and I think fitting. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But the other thing that occurred to me is Robert said in another email that there are other people that might be interested in this. So I was figuring that if, regardless of what my video output is, I might be able to put together a pile of source videos organized somewhere where other people could get to it as well, and maybe even get some permission slips so that when we do come up with some output videos, we don't have to worry about copyright claims. We've got hopefully forms signed by the different people that shot the video saying, yes, please use it for a promotional video. So I guess now there's two outputs from this project. One would be just a curated set of videos that might be useful. And hopefully if I can learn to do something at least somewhat artistic, that I can produce a couple of usable videos myself. So that's what I've done for that is I've put together an email to send out to people, and I've set up a Google form that'll very easily allow people to upload stuff to some storage that I own up in Google's cloud. And the downside to that is that anybody that doesn't upload using this method would have to have a Google account of some sort. The downside, I mean, that's the downside. The upside is it makes it really easy for me. But I mean, if people don't have Gmail accounts and don't want to get one, I can find other ways for people to upload video, and I'll put it there for them. But Robert suggested posting it to the one of the Facebook pages, and I'm a little nervous about that because that Facebook page has public visibility, and I don't know if I can. I use Facebook twice a year. I don't know if I can post to this group and have the post only be visible by the members of that group. Because I'm a little worried that, you know, if I post a form saying upload videos here and it's got public visibility, that I might get some really, really interesting videos. And one of my goals here is to hopefully try and get people to pre-filter the videos a little bit and just give me stuff that is, you know, high quality, you know, hopefully not parade footage where they're holding their phone and sometimes shooting their foot and sometimes shooting their neighbor next to them, and, you know, sometimes actually shooting the parade.
You don't know us very well.
I don't know any of you all that well, but I know people, and I'm hoping for some that are, you know, at least held with both hands so that it's fairly steady. But I mean, I realize that this is all going to be amateur shot footage. I'm not going to be getting stuff that is, and I'm perfectly fine with cell phone footage. Modern cell phones are amazing. But yeah, I am hoping to get not everything that people have, but some stuff that they think is a little better than average quality is what I'm trying to encourage people to upload. So the next step is really for me to send this email out with the link to the upload page, upload form.
Or you could let me do it because people already know me on that.
I don't know you, Robert.
Chain. Please.
So yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, if you want to post it or if you want to send it out, I'm fine with that. I would like to limit the visibility of it to people that are genuinely interested and hopefully previously attended, likely people that have footage from past kinetic races.
My
But
my
how it gets out there, I'm fine with anything. I'm not terribly picky.
my suggestion is, if you're going to work with Facebook, is to set up your own page and be the administrator and set the settings so that it's not publicly. So you have to approve everything that's posted.
Well, but then I have to then advertise to the other two kinetic race pages that this new Facebook pages exist and please apply for membership. And
It's but it's just a connecting link basically.
yeah,
I say that, and I have to say I don't have a Facebook at all.
I have a Facebook, but I'm in IT. And as an industry, we got pissed off at Facebook last year over a couple of different scandals of how they handled people's data. And so I stopped logging into Facebook about a year and a half. Actually, it was in 2019, excuse me. So I stopped logging into Facebook, except that once in a while my daughter posts pictures and that's the only place she puts them. Or a couple of friends of mine will do something interesting and I have to log into Facebook to see it.
But unfortunately, if you're going to try and connect with the masses, you got to go through Facebook.
Well, but you guys have got like email lists that I could have you send it out to. That again, Robert's point about nobody having any clue as to who I am is a valid one. Although Dawn and I know the same person. Only
one?
One that we know of. There's probably others. I mean, when you start talking about strange people in Sonoma County, the group is not terribly huge. So the odds of us knowing other people are good.
People in Sonoma.
Yes, but the pool of those that would be interested in things like the kinetic race is only a few hundred people, I would bet. Maybe more than that, But
no,
the point being is,
right.
I think if Dawn and I were to sit down and talk, we would probably find a couple of other people we know. Well, actually, no, because she knows Rich Gibson too, as well as Ed Haas. So there's two people that we have in common.
Well, I know I have probably 2 hours of raw footage from Port Townsend, but I have no idea how to even put it on the digital.
What format is it in now?
VHS.
Oh, VHS. I'm hoping to get something a little higher resolution than VHS. I mean, by modern standards, VHS is pretty sad. I mean, VHS is pretty.
And we love
quality.
the historical, but we love the historical documentation, but we're trying to get stuff that's current.
But that being said, I would like some VHS footage to show a history, to show. It would be nice to have some old grainy footage, even Super 8 footage would actually be cool too, to show, progression from the early days to today. So some VHS footage would be useful. Some Super 8 footage or something like that, 16 millimeter footage would be cool, just to have, some footage that I can use to show a history.
So Robot over at the museum, he's got all that stuff digitized. So I'll make sure that he sees your request.
Okay.
Does he have the some of the old footage that's on YouTube from like the 70s?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Mechanosaurus and the
somebody posted
70s, not 90s.
Somebody posted a 2018 kinetic sculpture link to the chat. Because downloading videos from Vimeo or YouTube is also an option.
I put that in there. This is the tightest, most sizzly thing I have ever seen anybody put together from raw materials. And it's just, whatever it is, 300 views or whatever on Vimeo, but it really is the absolute best advertisement for kinetics that I have yet found out in the wild.
Okay.
And I'm not
is
sure
different
that-
than that old promo video that somebody posted last week.
Yes.
The whole thing about, doing video about the race, if you're doing Humboldt County, you can't explain to people about the race that have never seen it.
Right.
I was talking to a guy in the Netherlands the other day, and he'd never heard of the race.
Right.
And unless you see it in all of its glory, you don't understand it.
It's tough to, it is tough to explain, but I think you can get I mean, if you think about what makes it attractive to people, and I've never watched a race, so I have this idea in my head about why I want to be there, why I want to go see it. And part of it is the art, just to see some of I've been to the museum. That's the closest I've come. And I spent some time talking to Robot and had thoroughly enjoyed the conversation. And I'll say one thing, Robert. Somebody last week was saying that they didn't think the museum was very good. And I don't know, maybe it's changed in the 3 years, I guess, since I've been there. But I thought it was just a collection of pieces and parts and rideable units from the kinetic race. But I enjoyed it. I didn't think it was that bad.
It's
But
not big, but it has a lot of history.
Yeah, there's some cool stuff in there. And Robot did a very good job of giving me some of the ideas of some of the things that have happened. And plus his enthusiasm for it was delightfully infectious. No. So I'm going to post to the chat the email that I was talking to Robert about sending out. And if you guys want to advertise it or spread it around, why is that not copying?
I have a name I don't recognize in the waiting room. Should I try him? Should we find out who this
Sure.
is?
Yeah,
Let's
bring
find
him
out.
in. Bring him in.
We can always make fun of him.
We can try.
This is weird. Zoom will not let me paste anything into the chat window.
There's something posted in there. If I look right now.
Yeah, Robert posted that link, that Vimeo link.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to
Video
post
link.
something a little bit longer, and maybe that's why.
Okay.
Maybe that's why.
Well,
I've got a
Zoom
YouTube
is
channel and it
objective.
has several videos of for my race. You can have access
Yeah.
to that.
And last week, who was it? Nick Harris gave me the link to his YouTube channel, and there's certainly enough YouTube material out there for me to get started with, and some of it's pretty good resolution. So I've accumulated, what have I got here? I've got half a dozen links of stuff in YouTube and Vimeo and a couple of different websites. And so there's there's enough material for me to get started with. But I always like more material,
Sure.
more material, more stuff.
The thing about the race is, when you go back to the real history of it in the early days, there wasn't all this digital stuff. So a lot of
Right.
people didn't know how to convert film or VHS to.
But there's been people with handheld handheld video cameras and cell phones at races for what, 12 years now, maybe 15.
No, about 20. There's
Yeah,
been more modern stuff.
right. So there should be plenty of footage out there that is higher resolution than VHS, that people have either digitized because it was just a purely digital camera or something that would be easier to convert to digital. Some of the early handy cams and so on, like the Sony, I forget what the Sony tape format was called. It was a digital tape format, but converting it to a modern standard is apparently a bit of a pain in the neck. So, some of the things of that vintage still might be a challenge from that regard.
There's even a lot of worldwide coverage that was done, old footage, the Good Morning America footage.
Yeah.
Our team was sponsored by a TV show out of Japan, and they shot us all 3 days of the race. So try it. There is old footage that is in a different format. It's just going to be hard to find.
Right.
And it's going to be, copyrighted and protected. We're trying to find things that people are willing and it's easy for Brad to use. So, yeah, there are all these resources, but the goal here is to get some current footage into Brad's hands so that he can start playing around and learning some video. And our current event coming up is going to be 100% video driven. And we have our racers and teams who think that going live on Facebook and recording their thing for 30 seconds is submitting their video. And it's like, we can't, Facebook has that now. We don't have that. So we need people who are willing to work with our racers and our entrants to say, okay, take your phone, turn it horizontal, balance it on something so it doesn't move, and take your video. And then, let's work and edit it down so that it makes sense. And then we'll submit that. So I know that's a big ask, Brad, but that's a need that we have for the next 8 weeks.
Are there editing programs that are preferable that can be suggested to participants?
You mean for editing their own videos?
Yes.
Apparently there's something called, there's a document being put together by the video streaming team and the production team, some instructions. There's something called Shotcut that's a free thing. There's other free softwares. So there's going to be a flurry of information coming out in the next week, and hopefully we can make this simpler than it currently is for folks.
And this is just for participants in the race, not for anybody doing major videos, but just to submit their videos of their
right. Well, yeah, if they want to take multiple videos that they've shot on their phone or some other perhaps more sophisticated method and edit it together into something, there's a variety of free tools on there around that can do it. I'm using Lightworks. And
that's what I use too.
Yeah, there's a free version of that available. I happen to have the paid version, but I'm not sure, honestly, for this that I'm going to use any of the features that are in the paid version. It may be that I'd be just as well off for doing this kind of stuff as the free version.
I wanted to chime in with one thing, Brad, about are we doing this to advertise for the races to get more people to come and more people to participate? I mean, dealing with the video, that's the concept behind why do what you do.
Right. I think that is the why, is to have something that can be, maybe sent to TV channels, that they can use as a base to, do a, what do they call those things where they do something about a cool feature? There's a name for that
a
TV,
feature.
But
okay,
a feature, yes. Okay. Or maybe just to try and get on some webcast somewhere, where somebody's talking about cool things to do. And actually, now that I'm kind of thinking this through, one of the places that I have found in the last couple of years fun stuff to go do is Evite. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Evite, but it's
Mm-hmm.
primarily a ticketing resource. But they have a newsletter that they put out that's called, well, one of them is called Evite Ideas, which is just fun stuff to go do. And they post stuff within that, so we could send it off to whoever is the editor for Evite Ideas and say, hey, here's something cool to do up in Northern California. Yeah, put it out there. There's the dates. What? Oh, yes. There's other places like that where we can post it and spread it around. Now you have to be careful that, how much does the city of Eureka want a flood of, Bay Area people barreling down for something like this? I don't know. It's probably.
They have dollars. They love it.
Yeah, but they do. There is that flooding. And the Connecticut, the race in Humboldt, it's got a hell of a lot of people involved in it. And the city is, they to put all those people on the plaza, we pretty well filled the plaza up. But I also wanted to go back to what Monkey said about the guy in the Netherlands. It's sort of ironic that what we're promoting here is a lead up to a live event. In other words, to give you two examples, one is that you can read all you want about what it's like to have an experience of jumping out of an airplane. You can spend hours listening to people who talk about having done that. You could see videos of that happening, but you're never going to experience
Yeah.
it.
True. But at the same time, here's the thing that I spent a lot of time in the last 14, 15 years, whatever, at the Maker Faire. And it's also hard to describe to people that have never been there. But at the same time, if you can get videos of people who have been there or are there, and you can see their enthusiasm as they talk about what they've seen or what they've done or whatever, then that doesn't convey the whole experience, but it certainly conveys the idea of the excitement that you can get from being there and doing that. This kind of a promo video would need some footage of, yes, the floats, for want of a better name, the rides, whatever you call the kinetic arts. Is there a name for that?
Sculptures. They're sculptures.
Sculptures. Okay. The pieces, the photos of the sculptures coming down the street or going down into the water or bobbing across the water. Videos of those elements would certainly need to be part of it. But I would really want to get videos of people going, kids on the side as it goes down the street going, oh, that's cool, look at that. Or, videos of the people when they're talking about something they've built and the excitement, enthusiasm in their stuff. Again, the gentleman that, Nick Harris, he had a couple of videos in his his YouTube channel about building his ride and his sculpture. And, they were a little dry. He was really, I think the audience that he was doing those videos for were your guys, where he's just kind of showing you guys, hey, here's something that I've done. But there were a couple of elements where he's talking about breaking the wheels and going back and doing it over again, and then breaking them again and having to drive all the way home to get his spares, where you can kind of get the feeling that he's kind of going, oh shit, but we learned, there was some excitement there and parts of it where he was, talking about what failed and now they fixed it, and what they should have done the first time.
There is no failure. It's only an opportunity for redesign.
Right.
That's good. I like that one. Yeah.
But I mean, I would argue that with the right mindset, that's the definition of a failure, is just a learning experience. Any failure that's not fatal is
I think we're
can be
talking
viewed
about
as a positive thing.
two different kinds of videos. Like, say for Facebook, a 30-second, fast clip of just what it looks like versus a 30-minute clip on YouTube, just to try to get people into learning about it.
Right. I can't see any of the videos that I would be doing would be a 30-minute long thing. I think the maximum is 10 minutes and probably 7. Because if you
can't explain the history of a team
no,
of one particular machine or one race in that time. But
totally agree.
You could get people interested in 30 seconds, and most people on YouTube don't watch more than 30 seconds of video.
Right.
Actually,
Well,
actually, YouTube wants you to make your video like 12 minutes or 20 minutes long now. And if you have an interesting thing, people sit and watch an entire show on YouTube.
Well,
it's
I could see, we started this conversation talking about promo videos. And a promo video, almost by definition, is not going to be 30 minutes long. It's not even going to be 7 minutes long. It's maybe 90 seconds for a promo video. But behind the promo video, or posted along with it, you can have links to, things like Nick talking about how he built his ride, his sculpture, so some of the in-depth stuff, some of the stuff that shows the engineering behind it, behind something that can ride and go through sand and go through water, that can be a longer form video. That can be maybe 30 minutes, especially if we're going from, if somebody's doing a beginning to end build video, that could easily be 30 minutes or longer and would work at that level, because anybody that wants to see how something was built, if they're thinking about building themselves, they'd easily sit down for a 30 or 60-minute video to watch a full build.
Absolutely. Yep.
So there's different videos for different audiences.
You got to do that 30 to 90 second teaser to get them in the door.
Yeah, and that's what I'm focused on right now, are a few promo videos. And if I have fun with it, and there's somebody who's doing some major rework on one of their rides and wants me to come up and shoot parts of it for a in-depth video, we can probably work that out and do it. Or if they want to have somebody do it and have me help edit it, there's lots of ways we could spin this. And my immediate focus is on, I'm really kind of thinking of 3 or 4 30 to 90 second videos for promo videos with the audience, just of you guys, just to say, oh yeah, we like this, or we hate this, or WTF were you thinking, on for some of them. And then maybe a couple of 5 to 7 minute videos if I think I have material that warrants a little more in-depth thing, but right now my focus is on the 30 to 90 second range.
Don't ask us.
I'm
serious, because we know the race. Go talk to guys.
And that's why I want to ask you. I don't know the race. I want somebody that knows the race to say, yes, we think this conveys what we think of as the race. Yes, we think, or tell me no. I mean, I honestly, I feel a little stupid for trying to do this, because I've never watched the race in person. I found out about the race about 4 years ago, and I've either been, doing stuff at the Makers Fair, and it's the weekend after the Makers Fair, so I'm just completely burnt out and had no desire to go, or
it's your fault, Robert.
It's been fires or COVID. I've just not been able to make it. But next year, I'm bound and determined. Dang it, I am going to make it to Eureka for the race. 22.
I think a newcomer's 22 or bust. I think a newcomer's perspective is going to really serve you on this, because you're going to be you're making the video you need to see, and that's the video we need.
I'm hoping that I can
just go talk to somebody on the street and say, take a look at this, 30 seconds.
Well, now I am going to, I have 5 grandkids, and part of my internal audience, if you will be those 5. I will show this video to them before I show it to you guys, and see, if it fires their imagination, if it makes them want to go, Grandpa, can we join you next year?
Exactly.
Then I've sold it. Good. That's would
the
be
idea.
A major win. But I still would want to run it by you guys, the old timers, before I post it publicly. I'm not comfortable posting it publicly without at least a few people in the group going, yes, we like it. And that's a hard line for me. I want to have somebody who is familiar with it to, and I'm not going to say bless it, but at least give me a thumbs up, before I post it publicly.
We all have an opinion.
Yeah, I'm sure you do. There is nothing about this group that has made me think that you're unopinionated.
But the point is, you need to post it from your viewpoint with
Sure.
even your grandkids' interest, or the guy off the street. It's your interpretation of what the race is, even if you have never seen it.
Yeah, I agree, but I'm still not going to post it publicly until somebody says, okay.
I can see where you're coming from on that. I can see that. I've posted a link and now another one, 2 videos I've made. These are both build videos, Brad. So if you want to suck those up at some point and look at.
All right.
And these don't have a lot of views, but when I post them into the community, they're like, yeah, all right. So.
Okay, Robert, let's talk about you.
I just did.
No, let's talk about you and Dawn in the flood in the parking lot on YouTube.
Oh.
How many views did that get?
That does have a lot of views.
And nobody knows what that was. Just you guys were pedaling a machine around.
Is this in Healdsburg pedaling the thing around during the Healdsburg flood a few years ago?
Yeah.
I think I saw a video when I was kind of bouncing around YouTube of something you guys doing it. Yeah, she posted one recently from what was it, 2014?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I saw that video. And
it's got a, I don't know how, one of our videos has like 14,000 views, which is kind of amazing. But mostly we tap out around 2,000 ish. And then lots of them are, 30, which is fine.
Yeah.
You do all this work
neighbors.
And you get, that's okay.
But the thing is, you post a video of the machine.
Yeah.
It's not kinetic, but it makes people think.
Right.
That's where you get all those views. These people pedaling through a flooded parking lot.
Or water skiing in it, or kayaking.
Yeah.
I lived in
Windsor fun day.
I lived in Windsor during 2014. So, it was, that was before I moved up here to Lake County. I've done some interesting things during some of the floods as well.
Yeah. But when you make a video for this, you got to have shots of the machine, shots of crowd reaction, shots of the people having a good time. You got to tell the story, from one end to the other. And that's different than a promo reel. The promo reel is just, the hits. But then, when you want to tell the bigger story, you take a little more time with it.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to going through some video segments and starting to pull out pieces that talk to me, that make me feel something about either the sculpture or the people or, the event in general. So my next step is really to, once I've got a pool of videos, to go through and watch them and pull out sections and ones that I think convey some sort of emotion that I can put into I'm sort of mentally building a structure, a script of a few different ways I want to organize things. But now I need to find pieces that fit that structure, or more likely what'll happen is I'll read these videos and some other structures will, kind of present themselves as I watch videos and so on. So I've got a plan, but I'm expecting to throw away half the plan and add new plans as I get video pieces and start working. We'll see.
And
It'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to it.
I'm going to support you in getting videos, because the thing that is interesting in our community is a lot of people hold on to stuff and they say, oh, I'm going to do it myself. It's like, you know what?
Fine.
You're not, but they're not. It's like,
But,
go
I
ahead
mean,
and
if-
give Brad some videos. It's safe.
Okay.
You can do it. It's okay. He's not a bad guy.
Yeah,
I think I'm a nice
give
guy.
him my address.
Well,
If I can find the videotape.
All right, you
well,
guys.
and I
Thank you.
might.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Monkey. I'm going to have to think about where I stashed this, but I believe I have here somewhere the hardware necessary to take the output from a VHS type device and turn it into an MP4 stream, and digitize it.
I've been
and
trying to locate. I think I have one of those setups, but I just haven't done it.
Yeah. Well, I know I have. In fact, I have right here next to me.
Well, when I find the device, I can't find the tape.
Well, I have a device right here that is the modern equivalent. This is a HDMI converter.
Yeah.
This is a little thing that will take output from a more modern camcorder and turn it into a video stream. But this has no inputs for VHS or what have you. This is for a different purpose, but I know that somewhere in the garage I have. At any rate, if you find your if you find your VHS tapes, I tell you what, do this, Monkey. If you find your VHS tapes and you find a VHS player, just as important.
Oh, I have the player.
Okay, well then drop me an email and I will send you the hardware to digitize it. I will find it and send it to you. So
just give Robert the information, or you can send it to me directly.
post your email address in the chat and I'll send you the
Kinetic Monkey 69
Kinetic Monkey 69, of course.
at Yahoo or Gmail, either one.
There you go. Mike's got something.
Yeah, there you go. That's a rather modern version of a VHS digitizer. And what's the price on that? $14. Yeah. Gosh, so expensive.
It may be crap too, but hey, for a few bucks you can play with it and see.
Right. So it's kineticmonkey69@gmail.com, huh?
Yeah, that works.
All right, you guys. That's an hour. That's we did some good work tonight. Wasn't expecting that, but
Did
way to
you
go,
have
everybody.
anything you wanted to address particularly?
Me?
Yeah, you're the
No,
one setting this thing up.
Yeah, but it's an open forum. It's whatever you guys come up with, show up with and want to know about.
Okay.
Next week, we'll probably talk a lot about the shelter and race place because racer packets will be out and more things will have happened. And the Kinetic Congress will be right around the corner. So
I do have one question for you, Robert.
Yes, sir.
What's the relationship between the Eureka Kinetic Race and the Klamath Kinetic Race?
Well, I can answer part of that.
We're like this.
Well,
Go ahead,
we have
There goes the
Oregon.
internet.
We have Oregon Institute of Technology here in Klamath Falls,
Right.
and one of the teachers from the engineering department went down and saw the race one year in Humboldt County, and then decided to have one up here. And his wife put on the first race in whatever it was, 2004 or whatever, what year it was, and it's been going from there.
Okay. So, but they're two completely different organizations with like-minded people and obviously some close relationships between those people. Okay.
Every race is different.
Yeah.
Right.
It all started in Humboldt County.
I thought it started in Felton. No, what was it? Another town in California beginning with an F. Am I wrong?
Yeah.
And Lance,
Yep.
thank you for your email.
There's several videos on the Kinetic Race and my testing and my building and stuff like that. There's other videos in there too, but you can watch or not.
Well, if I keep accumulating YouTube links, maybe I'll have enough source material without having to have people upload stuff, but we'll see. You know, it's
Yep.
Time will tell. All right, that was my
No,
question.
I'll give you raw files. Like the things that I sent you are finished videos that I put together. But you deserve some raw files that you to have your own perspective on.
Okay, you were breaking up a
Tell
little
your
bit there,
own
Robert, but I
story.
think I understood you.
Yeah. I'm gonna see raw video.
Yeah, your internet upload, I think, is breaking up, Robert.
Okay. All right. I'll just do this then. Bye.
Hasta
Thank you,
la bye bye.
everybody. See you next week. Hasta